And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
We are live on the Casadine Studios. It is Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night for you kids on the East Coast. You know what that means. It's time for Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dori Lou. And here to kick us off is the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Stat Boy Mike.
That's me! Hello, my internet fans. Welcome to the next episode in Season 3. This is Season 3, Episode 3, 33 of Stat Boy Sports Bar. Of course, featuring the lady on the right side of the screen with the beautiful wave, Dori Lou, wearing the Dori Lou Sports Bar shirt. And, of course, the debate team down at the bottom. We have the Columbus Colossus, I believe is what we're calling him.
Cleveland
combatant.
Cleveland combatant. Golly.
Okay, we'll call him that.
Better prep from now on. Okay.
And of course, producer, director, really cool guy, and representing the mouse, good old JM.
That's what I do. I represent the mouse now, apparently. Yes, good old JM is here.
Possible.
Well, good old JM is here for the day because, well, this is going to be my last one live for a while. So I figured I would go ahead and step into the bar as opposed to just lurking in the shadows as I often do around here. So there you go. But I am in the control room. I am still running things, so we're good to go.
Well, we're going to miss you popping into the bar.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's more a matter of taking myself away and removing that from underneath myself. That way I don't have the opportunity in my head to fail. Got to get down there, got to succeed. So
there you go.
That's how it works. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get down to our opening topic, our lead-off topic. We're talking baseball this time.
Go Twins!
Yeah, well.
Wow, she says go Twins, and we're talking about the Dodgers. Walker Buehler is out until 2024 because he's having Tommy John surgery, which is also known as, the medical term, ulnar collateral ligament reconstruction. It's a procedure where the ligament in your elbow is replaced by a tendon from somewhere else in your body or by a donation. This surgery has an 80 to 85% success rate in pitchers, but in some cases, players may achieve a lower performance level. But to have this procedure done twice, which Walker Buehler has now done, the success rate drops in half. Because of this injury and surgery, Buehler will be out for the rest of this season and all of next before becoming a free agent in the 2024 season. Now, this topic was originally brought up by Renegade, so he had a couple good questions, and of course, we'll just talk about it all in general. Question number one he brought up is, should Walker Buehler make up the games that he missed before being sent into free agency? Now, my first question on this is, that kind of sounds like making up homework in school. Can a player be, forced to fulfill their contract before moving on? Thoughts on this, please. Yes, Dori Lou.
It depends on what it actually says in his contract. Does he have to play so many games to fulfill the contract, or is it just you got to be a representative of this team for so long to fulfill the contract?
I think it's in the makeup of his contract that dates have to be fulfilled, but also, the injury took place in the heat of battle, so to speak. It's kind of like a war injury. You get sent home for good behavior, and if you get hurt in line of duty, you get sent home. So I think it's one of those. If he, which he did, get acquire the injury in the performance of his duties, which again, my dad and I talked about this for years. It is the most unnatural motion of the human body to be a pitcher. Your human body's not supposed to throw like they throw. Their entire body's thrown completely out of whack every single time they throw across that plate. Every single time. So Tommy John I'm surprised it's not more common than it is. I'm not going to lie. But it's my understanding that as long as he was hurt in the quote line of duty, that he does not have to fulfill the dates on his contract. Now, does he become a free agent at the end of the 2023 season or the end of the 2024 season is my question.
I think it's at the end of 23 going into 24. So
okay.
He's not even going to play for 23. So he'll
That's
still
what right. So
but why would the Dodgers want to let a pitcher go because of an injury?
It's not it. I don't think I've heard them say that. So I don't think that's the case. I think it's just a matter of, the Dodgers want him to be healthy, and, Tommy John surgery is what it is, and you can recover. But as you said very clearly in the opening statement of the show, the chances divide in half when you have a second surgery of this nature. So will the Dodgers want to try to renegotiate with him when he's clearly now damaged goods? Yes, he was part of the World Series championship team. We can't take it away from him or anybody else that wore Dodger blue that in 2020, despite what the Astros and the other baseball fans want us to do. It's a funny season. Yeah, well, tell that to frickin' the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. Anyway, me. Anyway, that'll be part of Greg's show tomorrow, I'm sure. But anyway, I think that the Dodgers have a lot to think about, and they've been given the chance to think about it now because he's gone through however long the season goes and an entirety of a calendar year. So I would think that Dave Roberts and the general manager, I think the general manager is the Dodgers, forgive me, have a lot to mull over in the next year and a half, almost 2 years.
Josh, let me ask you, are the two words a pitcher never wants to hear is Tommy John?
I wouldn't know. I'm not really much of a baseball guy. The only question I had is, could the Dodgers potentially freeze his contract until he's better? Like we all know in WWE, when someone's out and injured, they freeze the time on their contract so it doesn't start back up till they are back. Do you think the Dodgers could do something with that with him?
I am not
he doesn't go
sure.
into free agency.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the same setup. And again, I don't know the details of the contract. I don't know how. Again, I'm not Jerry Maguire. I don't know how sports contracts work, but it's my understanding. Again, this is my very limited understanding. Let me be clear that contracts are what they are, but injuries are a thing, and everything else that goes with sports and everything else that goes with this line of work is a factor. You can't, circumstances change, and especially in competitive sports, people get hurt all the time. It is a thing. So will that play a factor? I don't know. I think it should. And there you go. Zach apparently is coming in next week to defend the championship.
Zach,
we'll get there, sir.
Season.
We will get there. Well, he's been working hard down in New Orleans, and he's also been dealing with some stuff off camera. So, but he will be there. He will be there.
The gauntlet is laid down, but we'll talk about that in the future thing. Another question I always bring up when it comes to players and injuries: will this affect the team? My quick answer right now is no. The Dodgers are in perfect position right now where they are. Their magic number is down to 15. They're going to get into the playoffs. They're not going to choke this late in the season, unlike the Yankees have been possibly doing. They will be high contenders for the World Series. The Dodgers were my number 2 team until they started winning, and the Yankees started losing. So if it's not going to be an LA-New York World Series this year, then the stats are misaligned. But again, Renegade also brought up another part of this question, which I think we might have covered. Is it fair to the Dodgers to give him?
You did.
Yeah, we took that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really about fairness. It's when you sign a pitcher, you assume everything, good, bad, and different. They're gonna get their arms banged up in the line of their work, in the line of work they're in. So you can't. It's not about fair. You sign a guy, injuries happen. They will definitely have a good negotiation once the prognosis is more clear. He just had the surgery. So, and Tommy John, again, is hard to recover from. It's even harder the second time around. So I would say we're not going to know. And again, we talk about this all weekend on the wrestling side of things. We know too much about the inner workings of the sports and entertainment stuff as it is. We're too damn knowledgeable for our own good as a fan. But I
Amen.
would tend to believe we're not going to hear a whole lot more about furthering the negotiations until well into next season, if even that early, because he's still got a long road to recovery as of having surgery. What, last week?
Yeah, I believe it was last week.
So yeah, I wouldn't put too much stock in any scuttlebutt we hear until, I would say, after next World Series next year. Honestly,
There you go. So
Yeah.
far, go ahead, Dori.
And I'm sure, backtracking or along with what has been stated, with the fact that I gotta correct myself from earlier. I said, it depends on what is written in his contract. I'm sure that all athletes in the sports, knowing that there are injuries possible during play, be it practice or an actual game, I'm sure there's something written in their contracts that addresses that. If you get hurt, this is how we're going to handle things until you're able to play again.
that's generally how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Because I did do some research on this with Mikey, that second time around, it's 50% chance less of full recovery, let's say. But I mean, you never know. Everybody is different.
Yep.
Everybody heal when they get hurt differently. It may be the same injury, but it could be not as severe for one person as another. And somebody else may actually heal faster. You got to wait and see what happens with each individual.
Yeah, they're lucky. There are a couple things. Number one, he's still a very young man. You know, and that's always good in the case of sports injuries. But again, at the same time, yes, he's young, but his arm clearly is at a loss because he's already on his second Tommy John surgery, and that for a man as young as Walker is not a death sentence by any means, but it's definitely a huge red flag.
Right.
Red flag. I like what you did there on that one. That's almost a good segue into the next segment. But let me quickly go over what's been happening in the standings. I should have put a graphic up, but I didn't get a chance to put all that info in. 3 teams currently: the Athletics, the Rockies, and the Nationals. They can no longer win their prospective division titles because, well, they've lost too many games.
The Rockies are out?
What's that?
The Rockies are out?
The Rockies
they're out.
They're out.
They're out of contention for the division title.
They can't win their division, but they can still. They have the smallest possible chances to get into the wild card if they buckle down in the next month of September. But unfortunately, the Rockies, they have an elimination number of 18, meaning if they lose 18 games left, or if the number 6 team, which is the Padres, win 18 times, or a combination, it could even be 9-9. The Rockies are out. The Nationals, they're down to 7, so they'll be gone by next week. The Athletics have a 13. They've got maybe 2 weeks to go before they are fully out. The Twins, Dori's team, they are still fighting to get that division title. They are at 66 and 61. They are behind the Guardians at 67 and 59. So those 2 teams they're going to battle down to the last couple of days.
We're coming for you, Josh.
What was that, Dori Lou?
We're coming for you.
Sorry, my sister just walked in, so I was answering.
Hi, Josh's sister. Nice to meet you.
She's already in the kitchen.
Oh, okay. Cool. But my Angels, let's not go there. They're pretty much they're actually winning this past week. They actually had a good little streak. They actually beat the Yankees yesterday, which was a good thing. But they're down to a number 21, so they're still battling.
Yeah.
But the Dodgers
are going to battle as long as they get that dipshit in charge of the team. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, that was a great little discussion we had last week about that.
Just in 20 years of oh my god, every year.
And then we're going to resaw and reset.
Let us hope.
And so we are. All right, let's move on to our next big topic. NASCAR playoffs. Look at that.
Woohoo!
We have 16 racers ready to go. Dori, you're in NASCAR, so this is all you. I'm giving it up.
Yay, Blaney made it.
Yeah, Blaney made it.
He's our hometown boy.
But surprise, surprise. My number
Yes, she
three.
put her hat on.
My number 3, Austin Dillon. So I'm very, very excited because he's kind of been running more towards the back of the pack most of this season. So when I saw that they were on a rain delay on Sunday and he was in first at that time, and then after 3 hours, and I can't remember how long now, everything cleared up and they got to finish racing and he won. And I was just ecstatic. And I wish I would have been more aware when the rain delay was over so I could have turned on the race. But so for those who don't know, I'm a little bit more of a NASCAR fan. Well, NASCAR and football are my primaries. And I've been learning wrestling.
Yes, she has.
And I'm proud of my progress.
Absolutely.
It's everybody has a particular driver they hate on. Everybody has
Kyle Busch.
they love.
Sorry.
Amen.
I do frequently remind Mikey when we're talking race stats that yes, Austin Dillon is the driver I root for, but he's part of a team. He is part of the Richard Childress racing team, and his teammate is the number 8, Tyler Reddick, and he made it as well. So while I may be constantly rooting for my good old number 3, I'm watching what's going on with the number 8 as well. I'm happy whenever either one of them finish in the top 10 because that's a good thing for RCR rate for RCR.
RCR is a great team. I mean, God, the 3 and the 8, go back so many years at NASCAR. It's unfortunate what happened to the number 3, right?
Yes,
But Junior himself now is retired as well. So it's kind of one of those, when Rusty Wallace retired, my dad had to move on and went to Carl Edwards, and now he's not doing backflips anymore off the car. So he's kind of. My dad's kind of in limbo. He's kind of on a. He hasn't really. I don't think he's really picked. I definitely haven't picked the new driver since Jimmy moved on to IndyCar. But I don't know. As long as Logano doesn't make it past, where are we at here? Past Bristol in contention, or Hamlin, or Harvick, I'm good.
Some of the guys I actually know, Jeff.
Hey, you know what? Harvick's been better this year and last year. I will give Harvick a little bit of a pass. Denny Hamlin's become a whiny little shit. I used to love Denny Hamlin so much, and he is like Wayne Gretzky. He's so good, but God damn, he complains a lot. Oh, it drives me crazy. And Logano's become a little pain in everybody's ass. So,
hey, he's no Kyle Busch.
Hey, Kyle Busch. Okay, hang on. I have been on that Kyle Busch, leading that train down the path of hating on Kyle Busch. But you know what? He has improved by leaps and bounds. Becoming a papa cleared his mindset. Now, his brother, Kurt Busch, is a big old dirtbag. Always has been, always will be. He's not even nice to his fans. He's a dick. So
that's why I always get those two mixed up.
Yeah, Kurt is the older one, not driving the M&M's car. Just try to keep that in perspective.
Okay, I always get them mixed up. See, I remember back when I used to follow it a lot more. I haven't been following it as much the past few years.
Right.
I was always a Mark Martin guy and a Jeff Gordon guy.
There you go. Well,
there you go.
I liked Danica Patrick when she was racing for that very brief time.
Yes.
But, of course, my guy, our hometown guy, grew up just a few miles from here, Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, Blaney.
Oh, Blaney's good. I like Blaney.
I go back and forth with Ryan. Ryan's a great driver. He's inconsistent on the attitude side of things.
He's 100 times better than his old man when it comes to driving, though.
No, that goes without saying. Yeah, it's one of those. I had my favorite, yes, I picked Jimmy Johnson before he started winning the 7 for the record. But there was a lot of controversy with him, of course, with his crew chief and everything, and all the shenanigans. Much like with Tom Brady and his crew chief. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those deals. But I've not watched as much racing as I mean, Mikey knows better than anybody. I used to go to the Grand Prix at Long Beach every year to watch the Indy guys. I was at the very first race that NASCAR held out at Fontana out here. So yeah, I've been following both sports my entire life, but I've kind of fallen off because I stopped going to the Grand Prix. So I stopped watching the Indy guys on the regular. I watch Indy 500 every year without fail. And NASCAR, I'll pop in. NASCAR is on in the next room every Sunday. So, not hard to miss at that point. But yeah, other guys that made the playoffs, I don't mind who wins. I just don't want Logano or Hamlin or Harvick to go anywhere. That's all. Yeah, and that's it's wrong to root against and be hateful, and I understand that, but it's NASCAR. I don't give a shit.
So can you
agree with Logano.
Go ahead, Dori.
I've never been a big fan of
Dori.
Logano.
Mikey, stop talking about Dori talk. Go ahead, Dori.
Yeah, it's featuring me, so shut up. Okay, so I will agree with Logano, and I haven't seen much behind-the-scenes stuff lately. But initially when Logano came up, he was a young hothead. I don't know how much he's calmed down.
No, he's gotten worse. Joey was a hothead, but he was at least nice to a lot of the time. He's just, not only is he a dick, but he's okay. So Jeff Gordon was either loved or hated, because he was loved because he was a pretty boy and because he was a good driver. He was hated because he would pull the shenanigans on the track a lot of the time. Right. Logano is in the same vein, but he's much less charming than Jeff Gordon used to be.
I can go with that.
So, and just, I like Joey when he first started. I don't like him now.
Yeah, no, see, I never liked him.
There you go.
Kyle Busch, I have never been a fan.
Right.
If it's the 18 car, I mean, the number 18 car was for my previous driver, Bobby Labonte.
Yeah, Labonte, you got no problem with Bobby whatsoever. Ever.
Oh, okay.
Love me some Labonte.
Yeah, I dearly miss him. I hope he's doing well. Kurt Busch, for those of you who don't know and don't follow racing too much, actually is not racing anymore this season. He's done.
No, yeah, he's done this year. Yeah, so that's
he's done for even prior to the playoffs. Because of health reasons, he's not participating.
Yeah. Yep. And again, I don't wish ill will or not making a living on anybody. It's just he's such an obnoxious jerk.
Some of them are.
Yes.
Who was the one that used to win more between the two Bushes?
Probably Kyle.
I think it's Kyle.
Kyle's the one I always thought was worse than Kurt.
Well, Kyle was worse than Kurt for the longest time. Apparently Kyle was a arrogant, young, cocky ass. And like I said, he had a kid, got settled down with his wife, and his outlook changed exponentially after that.
So yeah. Parenthood will do that to a lot of people. To the majority of people. Yeah. Yes, Jeff. Yeah. Yes, I understand.
Yes. Very much a hothead, even now more often than I care to be. But anyway.
Mike, you had a question or a statement?
I wanted to find out what happened at the race. How did Austin win?
Oh, well, I only got to watch a few highlights here and there because they had the 3-hour rain delay. I totally even forgot about the race because I have not been feeling well, dealing with my own issues off the camera. But we're getting there. Anyways, if I remember correctly, after they had the final restart, and like I said, he started in the pole position for the restart, and there was a beauty of a crash.
Yeah, there was.
Took several people out, and dang, I wish I was there for that crash because that people watch fights. We watch NASCAR for the crashes.
It was almost as big a delay as the rain. It took forever.
What a concept.
Yeah. So pretty good crash happened there. I can't remember who all was involved, but once they got the restart from the crash and got moving.
Is a bigger question.
It was a big one.
Yeah. They got on a roll again, and who did he have to edge past?
Cindric.
I'm trying to.
Thank you. Austin Cindric had taken over first place briefly, and there was just an opening, and Austin Dillon took it, and it was by like 0.01. Mike, you had the numbers.
I didn't get the numbers on the actual time, but I think there was like 2 laps left that he just decided I'm taking over.
The end of the race. You said it was like 0.1 second between first and third.
It was the closest photo finish I've seen in a long time.
So they drove their hearts out from what I could see from the little bit of the recaps that I did manage to watch. And I just wish all these drivers that are in the playoffs right now, first of all, safe driving, although please don't take it wrong when I say I want to see some of you crash and not make it. I don't want you hurt.
No.
Hurt. I just don't want you in the race.
Right, exactly.
And go RCR, go Austin Dillon, and you guys got this.
Go Blaney.
Jeff, who you got?
Yeah, you got.
Like I said, I don't care. Like I said, I am mean-spirited and cruel. I don't care who wins as long as Harvick and Logano and don't win. I don't really care. Of the 16 guys that are left, as far as that are in contention for the championship, as long as Logano and Harvick don't get, no. Who else did I say? Harvick. I didn't say. No, I said Harvick was being better. Hang on, I gotta get this thing in front of me now. Okay, so Hamlin. Yeah, Hamlin and Logano. As long as those two don't get any further than Bristol for the contention, I'm good.
Yeah, and so Austin just snuck in there.
Yeah, he did. That was cool though.
I am ecstatic, so I'll be watching a little bit more.
I will say that I am very happy that Austin Dillon got in, and that is not jumping on the bandwagon, because I've been following his points all season, and he has been hovering around that 16-seeded spot all season. He's gotten no higher than 13th. So would I like to see him win the title? Absolutely.
Yes.
But the guy at the top, Chase Elliott, 4 wins this season alone.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gotta go with him too. I got to go with by the numbers.
They're opposing teams. I've told you that. Okay. Anyways.
Bandwagon and he's hopping again.
Well, and one more note on NASCAR.
Yes.
Monkey.
Yes. Thanks to a little
we are going to Bristol.
We are going to Bristol. We are both going to Bristol. I'm taking you with me.
Yeah, so I got to go in the springtime to the first dirt track they've done in years, apparently.
Literal years,
it was a blast. Well, we have coming up in about 2 weeks now. It's on the 17th of September.
Yep.
Mikey got some tickets through work, so they're going to Bristol for the night race.
We're going to go see the Bass Pro Shop night race, which will be the 3rd race in the playoffs. So 4 of these gentlemen will not move up into the playoffs. That's how the playoffs work there. They will. It's going to be a full race. Everyone's going to still be going for position, but these 16 drivers, depending on where they finish, and they will score playoff points. Then only the top 12 move on. 4 of them out. Then the next 3 races, until we're down to the final 4. And there'll just be one.
Yep.
We'll find out who that one is.
Yep. Well,
what day did you say that was?
The 17th of September.
Oh, so it's a Saturday this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And hopefully that will not affect Sunday football as well.
Right.
Which we'll talk about later. All right, NASCAR drivers. Now,
Ladies
normally,
start your engines.
Exactly. Right. Normally on this show, I'm the one who gives the long diatribe and rants. Not this time.
Uh-oh.
Dori, this one is all you. This is your story. This is Dori Lou rants, okay? It's all her. Go ahead.
Well, and oh boy. Okay, so we all know what's been going on in the news with we all know what happened with gosh, now I'm blanking on names and I have my notes right here.
You want me to help you out there? Or you got
Yeah, no, the guy. Yeah, give me a name real quick because I'm just totally blanked on it.
Matt Azaria.
No, not him.
No.
I'll jump on his case in just a second. Who were we last week? Suspended for 11 games.
Oh,
Deshaun Watson.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Since I had this health issue, I have a little bit worse time with my memory, it seems, but I'm trying.
Okay, you're good.
Okay, so we all know what happened with Deshaun Watson and that tirade and everything that happened there. Well, we've got another bad boy that we're going to take a look at. Buffalo Bills just released a punter who came to them in April, and that would be Matt Ariza.
Oh.
Yes. They found out they were told in July, the Bills coaches were informed in July, or managers, whomever, that he was a very bad boy in October of last year while he was still at San Diego State.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. And this may be sensitive content to some, so, and myself, he has been accused of gang rape, him and 2 other team members, the accuser is was 17 years old at the time the incident took place.
Good.
Now, there's a question on why nobody brought this up before July, who's the veterans and stuff, the scouts, and why nobody knew about this prior to recruiting Ariza. And there's some not nice things being said about the young lady who is the accuser. And that's the way it usually happens. This is actually a subject that is very sensitive to me personally because of my own history and people I have known throughout my life. So here's my rant. He's been cut. Good. Did it take you a little while to cut him? Yes, and I understand that you found out this information in July, but you wanted to have all your ducks in a row before you took action on it. I totally agree. I don't have an issue with that part. You did what you had to do. Okay. I'm totally supportive that it didn't happen. Snap, you've been accused. We're cutting you now. Right. The Bills took their time to do their research on this before they took the action.
Okay.
However, Ariza's attorney is doing one of the dirty tricks that have been done against women for many, many years. Mr. Ariza and his compatriots who were involved in this incident apparently have rather deep pockets. And they are saying that the young lady is, that it's a false accusation because she's a gold digger.
Oh.
I am enraged for this young lady. I am so totally enraged that if I'd like to meet this lawyer and just gouge his eyeballs out.
Wow.
That's what he actually believes as an attorney, or how if that's what he actually believes in his personal life, I don't know. But that's already been brought up. She's a gold digger. She's accusing them for the money. Do we know what her family background status is? Not from what I've seen so far. Of course, they're keeping a lot of details out of the public so they can get to where they're going with this.
Right.
She did, in the report that I read, report it the next day. So it's not like something that was prolonged or dragged on, I dated this guy and he was a jackass and now he's playing professional sports. I'm going to go accuse him of this so I can get some of his money. That's not what happened, folks. That's not what happened. According to the statements, she told her friend who was at the same party that same day or the next day. Once they got her calmed down, she reported it the following day. Sorry, give me a second.
You're doing great. Keep going. You're good. You're doing very well.
Knowing this aftermath, there's going to be backlash on both sides. It's going to be a lot of he said, she said. Did she go get tested afterwards? Was there alcohol involved? There's still a lot of things we don't know other than that it was a party involved. There was a party they were at, and it's alleged that Matt Ariza and 2 other team members gang raped this young lady. She was a minor at the time that it happened. She has since turned 18. And she is now being accused of crying wolf because they have deep pockets. I'm glad that the Buffalo Bills have already addressed this so quickly, and there wasn't such delay on things like there was with Watson. But I just hope it works out the way it needs to, which is best for everyone involved. Anybody?
Feel better?
I got through my rant. I'm still in one piece, so we're good.
There you go. That was a very good rant indeed. Wow. I mean, I don't like that. I hate that word. That 4-letter word that begins with R is one of the worst words you can ever have in life. You know, it is one of the most filthiest actions that any human being can do to another, other than killing somebody, I believe. You know, that lawyer guy, I mean, that is something like you would think you're watching a poorly placed movie or television show, that he's trying to protect his client in any way possible when he should know the truth. If this did happen, if this happened as alleged, and it works out to where, you know, he's this football player is one of the worst people in the world, he's going to be scarred for life. He's never going to touch a football field again. And I hope and pray that the victim of this can get through her life, and everybody can just move on and all that.
You know, I hope that the young lady who was victimized by this can turn it around and be a survivor, not let it affect her entire life. And she doesn't look at herself as a victim, that she learns to look at herself as a survivor, and she did what she had to do. And for anybody out there who has not seen the movie, it's an early 80s movie, and it touches this really well. Not necessarily involving sports figures, but a movie that was really well done on the topic, starring rather young, I want to say Helen Hunt, if I recall correctly. The movie is called The Accused. Yep. And if you want more on this subject, I encourage you to watch that movie. You might learn some things that you might be scared to learn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now moving on to happier things.
I would hope so. Hope so indeed. Absolutely. Up next in our the results for week 3 in the preseason. Again, the results of the pick'em. Again, it was practice. I'm going to post those in the chat room. But here are the results of the games that took place, and a quick teaser on what we're planning for next week. Next week, we're going to go over each team individually, what they did. and how it can affect the 2022. So you'll see the team, their preseason record, how they got there, a little bit of analysis, and maybe even another touch on the prediction stuff that I did. Because let's face it, with some teams, i.e., the New York Jets, who I said were going to have a miserable season, but they had a perfect preseason. Oh my gosh, yes. So let's go game by game.
So join us for the 6 hour Stat Boy Sports Bar next week. And
it won't be 6 hours, I promise.
We'll keep it down to an hour.
Of course.
Okay.
So the Chiefs beat the Packers 17-10. The Texans blanked the 49ers 17-0 without.
No wonder they re-signed Jimmy G.
Right.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. That did come up today. Jimmy Garoppolo is now the highest paid backup quarterback. Yes. What's up with that? Go for it, Josh.
So, as a Browns guy who I was very much in favor of a potential get Jimmy G to Cleveland ASAP, unfortunately that's not going to happen. Jimmy G just signed a 1-year deal, $6.5 million, with incentives to potentially get to $10 million, the highest paid backup in the league. You gotta believe it has to do with them the 49ers, the DeBartolos, are saying that they have full faith in Trey Lance, but the fact that they re-signed Jimmy G for 1 year is just outright proving that's not the case. And you gotta feel for Trey Lance. He's the new boyfriend, but your girlfriend's like keeping her old boyfriend around in the background just in case. What does that say about Trey Lance? How he really is.
Not getting the job done.
Because they know Jimmy G's capabilities. They know what he can do. They know he can get them to the playoffs. I think this is a security measure flat out. Trey Lance is a backup. He's not a starter, in my opinion. And good on 49ers for keeping Jimmy G, and definitely not letting him go to Seattle, where they have 2 backup quarterbacks, no actual starters. And in Carolina, where they only have Baker now, and I will get to a rant on Baker here in a little bit.
No, go ahead. Go by all means. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Oh, I was going to wait till we got to the Browns score.
Well, just keep in mind, boys, I am here for the hour, but only for the hour. So I got to get off here at 5 o'clock, catch that bus. So
okay.
What about 15 minutes?
The Panthers beat the Bills 21-0. The Cowboys squeaked out the Seahawks 27-26. Way to go, Cowboys. The Saints beat the Chargers 27-10. The Raiders beat the Patriots. Is that 23-6 or 23-0?
23-6.
23-6. The Falcons beat the Jaguars 28-12. And the Bengals beat the Rams 14-7.
It's hard for me to do that, but Origin pride over the LA boys. Sorry, Rams.
The Ravens beat the Commanders 17-15. The Dolphins put up a huge amount of numbers against the Eagles, 48-10. That has to be the best performance in the entire preseason, almost scoring 50 points in a game.
I'll learn you damn Eagles to take my WrestleMania friends away from me by Hell's Net next year, you jerks. Anyway, carry on.
The Bears beat the Browns. Josh, go ahead.
Okay, so we lost, but thankfully today was the cutoff for getting down to the 53-man roster, which all teams had to do today. Thank God we got rid of Rosen, who, how dare the Browns put him in Bernie Kosar's jersey number. Going back to good old Baker, he apparently said in a wasn't an interview, it was just comments made to a reporter. She reported this on the NFL Now podcast, or some podcast, right, that when she said, about, ready for week 1. Baker said, and I quote, "I'm going to F them up,"
Well then,
meaning us.
well, that's very
Listen here, you little bugger.
nice. Bugger. Whoa. Whoa.
I'm being
Strong
good.
words
I'm
on a
not gonna-
Tuesday.
I'm not
Yeah,
going
I was gonna say, that's
to
strong language from Josh.
Right.
Listen here, Baker. If Miles was going to be nice to you, he said he wasn't going to specifically target you just because you're Baker. Now you just put a nice chew toy size target on your head. Miles Garrett is going to make you his chew toy and spit you out. You think you're going to say you're going to F up the Browns and Miles ain't going to take issue with that? Oh, no, Baker. And our defense, hey, we're looking good. We're going to have our starters actually there
There you go.
instead of the past few games. Now,
Right.
in the beginning, notice it was our second string going up against the Bears, first string. Not first, I mean, we were bullying the Bears offense at first,
Yes.
but then things got like they did because they got like they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we will have our starters. Miles is going to make you his chew toy, Baker. And I have a little Brown stat that Mikey, I think, might be interested in. I don't know if you know the answer to the part of this, but as of today, with the 53-man roster cut down, the Browns have still not waived a member of their 2020, 2021, or 2022 draft classes
Wow.
by the 53-man cut down. This makes them the only team since at least 2014 to get their final cuts without having waived a player from their last 3 draft classes.
That shows me they have faith in their system. So hopefully it works out.
That's
for them.
Andrew Berry.
Oh
And
yeah,
Berry we trust.
that's it.
The Titans beat the Cardinals 26-23.
There you
The
go.
Colts beat the Buccaneers 27-10.
Good.
I don't want to say the next one, but the Broncos beat the Vikings 23-13.
Broncos, you know how I feel about you. That's
I know how you feel about that.
Preseason, it doesn't count.
That's right. That's right.
The Jets beat the Giants in the Battle of New York 31-27. And the last game, the Steelers blanked the Lions 19-0. So again, next week.
No. 19-9.
19-9, excuse me. Well, it's so small. I'm getting old and I can't see it. I'm sorry.
Well, that's why I have it written down.
That's right. All right.
That's the one thing I like about Dori with her picks. She always writes everything down.
Okay. So we have with squares next, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do the square update. Jeff is always so amazing when it comes to making graphics, which I am so damn jealous of, by the way. But again, this is the current grid. The squares in red are the ones that are sold. The ones in black are the ones available. Again, remember, it is $1 a square, 80-20 split, $20 to the winner, pending if the grid squares out. If not, it will be adjusted. And if there is no winner in a quarter, the money carries over. And if there's no winner at the end of the game, the money carries over into the next week's game. Yep. And of course, if you have a touching square, you get a free square into the next grid. Again, it's expensive. It's $1 a square for the first 6 weeks, $2 for weeks 7 through 12, and $3 going all the way at the end of the season. Then when we get into the playoffs, it'll be $5 and then $10 a square. But that is how it looks right now.
So, question before you move on to the next thing.
Yes.
I have Dori's send off at the end here, but I also have plugs for the rest of this week that we're talking about in the trailer. And the gentleman for those plugs is in the room. If we want to
bring him in.
I was telling him he had to be here in case I had to leave, but he's here anyway, so I'll go ahead and bring him in.
Bring him in. What's up, Renegade?
Hi.
Hey there, hi there, ho there.
That's it. You love it. You gotta love it.
Jeff, is
Actually,
there
get to
anybody
say
else?
it on a show that Josh is on without Josh stealing it.
Right.
Is there anybody?
That's because he was in the chat room.
Jeff,
Yes, sir.
is there anybody else backstage?
No.
All right. Well, maybe they'll pop up then. Let's go ahead and do your plugs.
Okay. So first of all, I post on social media that due to my lack of knowledge about back to school night until this morning, Talk Wrestling not gonna be tonight. I wanted it to be, really did, but next Tuesday will be the series finale or whatever the hell. However, JJ will be back bright and early in the afternoon at 3 p.m. Disneyland time with
Josie and the Pussycats going to be
Yeah,
wrapping
yeah.
up my birthday month with this comic book turned movie classic from the turn of the millennium.
I love it. And then, of course, the Greg Cherry Show. I'm going to put the description up. The show will be posted later tonight as far as the live stream link. But Jesse Davlin, our buddy from the Ohio State, will be joining Greg and I as Ohio State's going to fight Notre Dame. Wow. It's going to be a fight. It's going to face Notre Dame in college football this weekend. So it's going to be one of those shows with Greg and Jesse and I on the same show because, yeah. Anyway, and then we're right back into JJ's plugs because Thursday.
Episode 2 of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law.
There you go.
This has been an interesting one to watch.
I
so
bet.
Far.
I bet.
There was a great tongue-in-cheek joke this episode too, where Jennifer She-Hulk calls her cousin because she wants to kind of get permission to represent Emil Blonsky, the Abomination.
Of course.
And Bruce makes a joke about how he's a completely different person than he was when we fought him. Literally.
That's right. I read something about that.
I had to explain to my dad why Hulk looks like Bruce Banner. I'm like, dude, you have to watch the movies. It's too. I can't even get down that rabbit hole right now.
For real, that takes so much to get into. But yeah, that was a great joke that very easily could have been a throwaway line. But considering when Hulk fought Abomination, it was Edward Norton, and now it's Mark Ruffalo. It literally is a completely different person.
Yeah, I'm just glad they finally settled on a freaking Hulk. Only took him 3 tries. Jesus. And yes, we count the Eric Bana one. Damn you people. Anyway.
Damn right. It should be counted. It's just like Bruno. We talk about it. Damn it.
That's right. Just like Jarrett's a horseman. Okay, I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm all right. On to JJ's plug some more.
And then Friday, we're going to be starting off back to school month the only way you can with Rodney Dangerfield going back to school.
Back to school. Oh, that was
with a very, very young baby Robert Downey Jr. in the film.
Before the
drugs, before the alcohol, before he literally became Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Before he literally started his Tony Stark journey his own self. Oh, Lord. Whew, poor Robert. All right, and then we are on into
from Danny Elfman and Oingo Boingo as well.
Because why not? Danny Elfman's doing every damn thing this week anyway, so why not? And then we're on to the busiest weekend in the history of the Jeff Meacham Network because we've got 3 pay-per-views in 2 days. God help us.
God help Noah.
Right? God help poor Noah. Oh, Lord. So
Noah's going to be on 313 preview and prediction panels this week. Plus, he's going to be calling all 3 of these events.
Yes. Including he's on right now, I think, with Aaron and them. So good for him.
If this doesn't lead Noah to actually drink, I don't think anything can.
For real.
Well, what he should be drinking is
here right now. I need him here, Noah. Where are you?
He's doing the no DQ predictions. You do this.
I knew we should have crashed their party.
I'm not crashing nobody's party. I know better than that.
Hey, Luke Bryan, you cannot crash their party anytime, okay?
That's right. No. That's right. But by the way, if Noah's gonna drink anything, we should definitely get him this. I know this guy's kind of falling on hard times, much like McFoley talks about on the other.
What did you think of that?
It was tasty. The orange one's tasty.
Is that the orange or is that the white peach?
This is wild orange.
Okay.
Let's see if I can.
Interesting.
I mean, it's green. It's green, so the freaking leaves are shining through the damn screen here. But
I haven't tried that one yet. But the white peach and the berry ones, yeah,
it is. It is Zoa Zero Sugar Healthy Warrior Energy Drink, courtesy of The Rock.
It's The Rock's brand of energy drink.
Does no one need any more energy, though?
Not energy, but the caffeine will definitely help his ass on.
He definitely will.
Especially here when we're starting at noon Disneyland time and not going till all out is all out. It's
at least on Saturday he gets about a 5-hour break between when Clash ends and open mic night begins.
And we are doing mic night at
a power nap.
Yeah, we're taking at 8 o'clock Disneyland time, 11 o'clock Walt Disney World time. That way JJ has time to get his butt up to 15 from work because 15 on a weekend.
15 on a weekend on Labor Day weekend.
There's a reason we're not traveling Friday or Monday with the boy to go to his mom's house because, oh no.
Thankfully, that time on a Saturday night, people should already be in Vegas. It shouldn't be that bad.
Yes, shouldn't be.
But you never know.
Yeah, there's a reason I'm being asked to compensate heavily to go home Monday. Yeah, it's going to be fugly on them freeways. And then, of course, we are taking a hiatus for dads on Monday just because of the holiday and the craziness.
What about the war zone?
Fuck me. Hang on. I'm trying to get out of here on time and shit.
What a way to go out.
Yeah, you got to go out with the war zone so I can hype this box again.
There. There's a war zone theme. Is that good enough for you?
This is going to be my war zone for this week. This is a package.
Look at this box, you guys. Look at this shit.
There are 9 movies in here, most of which are multi-movie sets. $35 for this whole box.
That issue's bananas.
There are movies in here that I literally paid $1 for.
Yeah. And again, to clarify, like we did on Dad's yesterday, it's not 9 movies. It's 9 of the DVD or Blu-ray cases. How many movies are on those discs? You have to watch Sunday to find out.
And how many discs are part of them? Because, there's some things that are just, like one thing, but it may have 3 discs.
Yes. So the
DVD,
Warzone at 3 o'clock.
Packs, 3 disc sets, just going to have to see what all's there.
So yeah, just before, actually, in between the 2 pay-per-views. No, where the hell's that damn graphic? There it is. In between the 2 pay-per-views, if we can, God, it's going to be bananas, like we said. It's going to be a crazy Sunday to say the very least.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, and then of course, I promise for reals next Tuesday because I don't think there's anything planned. There sure as shit better not be. Okay. Anyway,
say that now.
Right? Seriously.
The next episode
a week is a long time away.
Well, no one counts that.
It's already in the graphic list. You just got to give me a chance to say something. All right. Anyway. Okay. So I guess we're more on Dori Lou's Weekly Delight because I don't know what the thing is we're waiting for. JJ didn't have to be here, so there's okay.
Oh, is there somebody else?
Yeah.
Greg Cherry, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, hi. Let's producer know what's going on.
Here's what's going on, bro. You are the Stat Boy shout out this week.
Oh, jeez.
Because of your accomplishment being employed by the mouse, like I was all those years ago. And since you're finishing up with Talk Wrestling and all that, and you're going to be working and all that, I decided, you know what, this is all about you. And I asked everybody. Oh, whoop, Greg lost his camera there. I asked everybody to come in. We're going to send you off in style. I love you greatly. You are my brother. You are without. I
told y'all WrestleMania only one of these cries per year. You jerk. Seriously,
no. You got me when I first got that the blue ribbon at work. So this is my receipt to you. Okay, this is
so great.
Yeah, you're actually really a bitch, aren't they, bro? But I'm very proud of you. I'm so happy for you. I love you greatly. You're gonna have the greatest time working out there, and you'll get to see Phantasmic on a daily basis when that happens.
let's not count the chickens before they're hatched over there at the lack of Big Thunder Ranch. Because just because I'll be in a restaurant, maybe that it happens to be in the Worldman Square, maybe I can catch the music, maybe.
You will. So, Jeff, I love you.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Long may Jeff's mouse career be long, and short may the rest of Belichick's career be.
Oh, jeez. I don't want to throw Butcher under the bus on this one. God, and that's saying something for me.
And Greg is mobile. Look at that. He's just driving through Pennsylvania. Look at that.
That's right.
Yeah, I got knocked out of my poker tournament just in time to do this.
Oh, now I feel bad in a way. Oh,
what'd you lose to?
Hey, don't feel bad. I got really shitty cards. It's not your fault.
Oh, okay, well, there you go. Okay.
Well, and Mikey, how many times have I said it's the luck of the draw and the skill of the play?
Hey, luck of the draw can be on the Greg Cherry brand well on demand. There you go.
There we go.
Shameless plug.
So yeah, Greg, I was telling everybody that Jesse's going to be on the show with us tomorrow. So it's going to be literally Notre Dame and Ohio State head to head before Saturday even happens.
Which
I'm both Ohio State and Notre Dame. I'm
right.
So just being on the show tomorrow instead. I asked her to be on last week. The her being on this week was kind of accidental in the timing, but it works out beautifully.
Well, it works out great because we can do the my live send off with you if it happens to be that way for the time being. So it all works out.
You're going to have tons of send offs in the next few days, but this was the one that I think is the most important.
I'm trying to pick it. I literally just re-edited the intro. You're in it the entire time. It took me.
Hey, like I said, for now at least Wednesdays are okay because I'm not going to be down in Anaheim at least for the time, except for those 2 weeks in September. I'm going to be in and out, but for right now, my schedule says I'm not going to be. We shall see.
Well, I mean, in that case, I don't have.
Yeah. Hey, worst case scenario, the intro is still awesome, and Big G's in a lot of it too. So there at least is that little thing. So there you go.
There you go.
All right. Well, now that I've done crying, we gotta get off the air. But
you good? Did I get you good?
Yeah. Dory, what is your weekly delight, or was that just a big schmoz for me?
That was mostly big schmoz for you, but you know what?
Damn it!
Just a reminder to everyone: you are enough. You can't see that. Well, you know.
I saw it.
Yeah, showing the phones is a mucker feather on this thing. So
you are enough.
There you go. There we go. I love it.
And remember, everybody, September 22nd is the first day of fall. Not today, not tomorrow. Put down the pumpkin. Stop being a life ruiner. Pumpkin spice causes constipation.
Just quick plug here is check my columns out on No DQ. You can have my Clash of the Castle predictions column up sometime this week. You know, if I don't get, my butt kicked for being a Sean Ross Sapp fan, but is what it is.
Yeah, we love us Sean Ross Sapp.
I'll tell you later, Greg.
All right, guys.
Yeah, please tell him later. Anyway.
But Jeff, we love you, buddy.
Jeff needs
you are
to
the
get
best.
out of
And
here.
we love making you cry. It's so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
I told y'all WrestleMania, that was the end of that shit.
Nope.
Well, you're going to cry at least once more this weekend once you get the open mic night crew together.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
This is the tears that never end.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up. So
don't forget to tip your bartenders. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great night.
Follow us on Twitter, LBStatKid1977, at Hathaway Lou. Follow us both. Give us the hashtag StatBoy Sports Bar featuring Dori Lou or the hashtag StatBoy approved. I love you all. Jeff, you rock. You're going to knock this out of the park. And as always, we'll see you next week. StatBoy out.
Watch the Greg Cherry Show.
Screw Bill Belichick.